citizens of the internet, you can call me Nitro Indigo, and welcome back to my extremely riveting Let's Play of the Dog Island. In the last episode, Dr. Poten repaired his relationship with Rhubarba. We sailed back to Pororo Town, where Dr. Poten decided to stay on to help heal Emilio, and when we came back, Tarty told us that he was banished from the Ankh world for being a prankster in order to get attention, and can't go back until he grows his Ankh tree, which he will grow when he learns the meaning of gratitude. And in this episode, we're going to ask Rhubarba about the legendary flower, which can apparently cure Emilio's vaguely defined disease. Indigo? I sent you to come to meet me today. You explained the situation. Did you say the legendary flower? It's a magical flower that has the power to cure all forms of sickness. I was expecting that sentence to end with all diseases. The legendary flower is the culmination of energy from all living things. It is a gift from Mother Nature. The legendary flowers blossomed everywhere, but as time passed, we began to forget to appreciate and respect the world of nature. And the legendary flowers began to vanish as well. My grandmother was told this from her grandmother, so it must be true. She said that the only place that they still might be able to grow would be somewhere here on the Dog Island. I've been looking for one for a long time now, but I've never had the chance to see one. According to my grandmother, she said her grandmother said that only a sniff master would be able to trace the scent of a legendary flower and actually find one. So if you want to find a legendary flower, you'll have to become a sniff master. Oh, that's what we're already on the road to doing. To become a sniff master, you'll have to go for intensive training, which consists of fetch quests like the rest of this game. Be warned though, nobody has ever survived such training to become a true sniff master. But if you're still willing to go through with it, you'll have to get trained by Road. But to become a pupil of Rhodes, you'll need a pass. It's called an Apprentice's ring. Yes, you'll have to find a way to get your paws on an Apprentice's ring. Hey, come to think of it, didn't you tell us to get something like that? Yeah, I knew that the ring had some sort of significance, but I forgot exactly what it was. Yilu told us about a junk fragment. I kind of want to see what happens when you press the wrong options, but I don't want to prolong this conversation too long. I'm not John Conroy. Yeah, the ring fragment. Maybe Yilu has an apprentice's ring, which you forgot to put. We put the wrong article in for some reason. It makes sense, don't you think? Come on, think. Okay, let's straighten this out. What do you need to cure your brother's sickness? Legendary flower, we've just been over this. You need the legendary flower. And if you want to find it, what are you going to be? Become a sniff master. A sniff master, right? The almighty sniffer of all. And where do you learn to become one? Road. Why are we being forced to recap the conversation we just witnessed? You gotta go to Road. You gotta believe. Otherwise you won't get anywhere. So, to meet Road, you'll need the Apprentice's ring. Get it? And remember? We're told to get the ring fragment by Yilu. So Yilu must know something about the Apprentice's ring. Let's go talk to him. I still don't get why the pieces are in a completely random order though. And nor do I get why a dog has scissors. They don't have fingers. How are they supposed to use them? Also, shortly before I recorded this episode, like a few hours before, I saw some footage of Dogs 2, even more footage of it, should I say. And it just looks exactly the same as this game. Like, it has the exact same style of text, it has the exact same sound effects, it has the exact same gameplay, it has the exact same controls. The only difference is that the art style is a bit more realistic. And they were by the same company and came out the same year, so I really don't know what the thought process was. And I also kind of like how there's like stakes in the wood at the screen transition, but I don't really get what the point of those would be. Why would you put poles in the wood? Does anyone have answers? Those aren't poles, but you know what I meant. What is it? You explained the situation. I see. You want to see Road, yes? And you need the Apprentice's ring to see him? Now you are assuming there is some link with the Apprentice's ring and the ring fragments? Yes, of course. The ring fragments are all part of the Apprentice's ring. So when all the pieces are connected, it becomes an Apprentice's ring, you don't say! And then, when the Apprentice's ring is in your paw, you will be able to be trained by Master Road. Yes, that's right. You are standing before his assistant. Ha 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 ha. Now, do you understand? How important this is? That's very oddly worded. I told you many, many times how my requests are important. But you didn't seem to listen. Well, if you are willing to train hard, I will forgive you. Because I forgive those who wish to be forgiven. Your task is to seek out the ring fragment 3, which I have hidden in the stage, which still feels really unnatural. The ring fragment 3 is in the tree woods, so then it's not in this stage, it's in the area then. That is even more oddly worded. And it should smell like this. This is my last training. When you collect all of the pieces, I will give you the Apprentice's ring. I have faith in you. I'm sorry I keep stumbling over my words, by the way. I'm quite tired. Like, this is my second attempt to record this video because the first time I was so tired that I couldn't even do the intro properly. And I'll cut out most I'll cut out most instances of me flubbing my lines, irony there indeed, but not all of them because that would take too long. And since we're going on the long and lonely road, I suppose I'm going to put on my backpack in order to prepare for it. How do I look now? Still not sure where your dog keeps all these items though. See what I meant about that warthog? It's not a warthog, it's a boar, I don't know. It's a pig, so that's why I called it a hog earlier, I was close. That this forest might actually be a really nice, a pleasant place to go to because I was just looking at the sniff meters and remembered that there was like lavender there, and lavender is like one of the nicest smelling flowers that I know of. Like I have this heart-shaped bag of crushed up lavender scented rock stuff in my room, and it smells really nice. So you have to rub your fingers against it in order to actually get the scent out. I feel weird talking about this. Like I'm still feeling like reminded of this book called Perfume, which we had to read in English literature. It's a German novel about some guy who has a really good sense of smell in like France in the 1800s, and it is quite dark, so don't read it, kids. And they haven't actually gone down to that bit yet. I just didn't even realise that because that's where the gorilla is, but like this part I remember going down a lot when I was a kid now I think about it. Because I used to get lost in games a lot as a kid. And the only time I really played the game where I just felt like wandering around and discovering something new not by accident, but by not being guided by the plot was in Ever Oasis when I discovered the spiral pit a while before you're supposed to because I just was bored and felt like exploring. And that's probably like the highlight of that kind of feeling Ever Oasis gives you of exploration because, I don't know, games just feel really small once you play them a lot. And anyway, we've now completed the magic polo, so let's go back to talk to Yi Lu. If you don't know, polos are these mint flavoured sweets that are shaped like rings, and they're fruit ones as well, and I haven't had those in years and I really like them. You did it. You never doubted me, not even once, and you worked your tail off. Not many pups can trust other pups these days without doubting them first. Aren't you an adult though? Why are you calling yourself a pup? You trusted me without a single doubt. I must tell you about my past. It is going to be a long story. You wish to hear it? It does not matter. Either way, the Apprentice's ring is still yours. Oh, are you sure? If that is your wish, then I must. You may not believe me when I say this, however, when I was a young dog, I was a talented sniffer and everyone called me a genius. I thought becoming a sniff master would be easy, so I went into Rhode's dojo thinking it would be a couple of lessons and a test. But Rhode never taught me anything. Every day I just went into different villages and helped other dogs that needed help. That's all I did. Every day my doubts grew bigger and bigger. And finally one day I asked Rhode when I would become a sniff master. His answer was simple. To be a sniff master you needed to sniff every single scent. When I heard this I lost my faith. And I wanted to give up everything. So I simply ran away from his dojo. Actually, I had to return my apprentice's ring because I am no longer his student. But I was thinking about trading it for something nice. Well, can you guess what happened? I broke my apprentice's ring. Those pieces are all over the place now. And then you showed up. Well, they were all over the place, don't you mean? And also I enunciated that a bit badly, but oh well. So I plan to use you to collect all of the pieces. However, I realised how foolish I was by watching you training so hard. I think it's time I start to pull myself together again. Okay then, enough about my story. Well, you passed the test. This apprentice's ring is yours. You can go to Rhode's dojo in the Zoomy Village now. I wonder if this is added to the key items bar. Take care now. I'm also not sure where the red ribbon holding it together came from, but it looks nice. And also it kind of looks like some part of an ancient machine, like it kind of reminds me of the Distant Spring from Pikmin, or in the Legend of Spyro where it's not on the start screen, or in the Legend of Spyro where all the I read on one of the artist DeviantArt page that they used circles as a design motif in Dragon Architecture. Once again, I really like the graphic design and stuff like that in The Legend of Spyro, but it still feels like it should have been a movie and not a video game. I don't normally say that complain about every single game that has an in-depth story and stuff like that, but that is genuinely how The Legend of Spyro makes me feel. And if you're wondering where I talked about this before, it was in a video called Indigo Mini Reviews for Action Games. It's just me talking over a bunch of still images, but you'll also find me talking about Ever Oasis more in depth over there. Well, as in depth as a relatively short video that's like, I only talk about each game for a few minutes each. Could be. I honestly think it would be kind of nice if the music in this game varied based on the time of day, like in Pokemon Diamond and Pearl. I hope they keep that and bring that back to Pokemon Sword and Shield, by the way, because I'm pretty sure Generation 4 is the only generation that has variable music, and I kind of liked it. And even if it's just Diamond and Pearl, it's not Heart Gold, Soul Silver, and obviously Platinum goes with Diamond and Pearl, if you didn't realise that. Also, you notice, like, about another problem with motion controls is that your dog frequently careens to the side when the Wii remote's not cooperating like it was just then. I was kind of leaning over to adjust the volume on my gamepad because, if you don't know, the reason why I can hear the audio in this game is because I'm playing on the Wii U and I've set it to display the gamepad, to have the gamepad display the game as well as the television, and I plugged my headphones into the gamepad, but I have the TV muted so I don't get feedback in the microphone. And in order to find the road, it's somewhere past Zoomy Lake, but I'm not actually sure what direction we're supposed to go in. Clearly not this one, because that leads to a dead end, I thought. So it must be I'm stuck over there then. I think they put that invisible wall hit there, so you have to use the hippo and can't glitch your way past it or anything like that. Speaking of which, there's apparently a glitch in this game where you can just get items without being notified of it, which I saw in the same video where I saw footage of Dogs 2 for the first time because it was showing glitches in both of those games. I played the DS version of Dogs 2, but it's completely different. Basically, there's a bunch of chibi dogs in the house, and I never knew what to do because I was terrible at all of these shovelware games. It looks like the Zoomy Village is just ahead. We gotta get across there somehow. It's too far to jump over. Oh look, there's a tree stump there. How did we get past this something like this before? It's almost as if we could bring the hippo over. Oh hey, that's bring that hippo over here. Maybe we can use its back to cross over. For some reason I thought you'd have to like summon the same hippo. How can we bring that hippo over there? Hey, a tree stump. Maybe we can use this tree stump to get that hippo over there, you don't say. Why is the dialogue in this game suddenly really bad? I also wonder if we still have to hippo food or we'll have to like collect it from the other tree stump. I wonder if this is the same as last time. No, this is the one that's a yam. I thought that was elsewhere in the game. And when I was little, I didn't actually know what an unmashed yam looked like. I only ever knew it as a sweet potato. They are the same thing, but why does that one slice of yam look really tiny compared to the actual yam in that icon in the lower right? Lower left, not lower right. Well, not really left. It's like in the blue meter, that's it. And why are there green kiwis or blue kiwis even? What happened to New Zealand? Is there dye raining from the sky? That sounds like the lyrics of a really weird song that Tessellating Hexagons would quote in one of his Let's Play videos, but it's not, so I just made it up. And they still make a cute noise, and they cartwheel as well, because that's how physics works, I guess. Also, why is this island the only one to have steps? There's not really much point to it when it's, like, underwater anyway. I guess it's because it's a high place, but can't just have a slope. I don't know. I do still like the climbing stairs sound effect, though. Oh, if I had like hide something secret next to the grave, and then I thought, oh wait, it would be a bit insensitive to just like dig up some random thing right in front of a grave, I guess. So I don't know. And also, this grass is so long, it kind of looks like Pokemon grass. Next Pokemon game confirmed to have the art style of the Dog Island. Wait, that joke doesn't work because you already know what the next Pokemon games are. Also, speaking of which, is it just me, or have Pokemon spin-offs become more and more homogenized recently? As, to go off on tangent here, it's like, it feels like nowadays they've insisted on shoving absolutely every single mechanic for the main series into another genre at any cost, like Mega Evolution, for example. Whereas before they felt like they didn't have to do as much because Pokemon games didn't have any gimmicks in them back when I was a kid. Like, the spin-offs everyone remembers the best from Generation 4, and I might as well talk over this cutscene because it's not like there's any dialogue in it. Like, if Pokemon Mystery Dungeon came out today, they'd probably have to find a way to shoehorn Z moves into it. And I just don't really like the concept of that. And it feels like Pokemon spin-offs have become, like, more shallow too. Detective Pikachu is the exception rather than norm in terms of the story they have, if any. It feels like there's just been some kind of change to the way Pokemon's marketed, and Pokemon Let's Go, which I honestly didn't want to believe because it sounded too stupid to be true, like a parody of itself when it was first announced. I didn't even occur to me that it was April Fool's Day when it got leaked. That's kind of reflective of that, and I was kind of annoyed when it was first announced, but it's just a symptom of a larger problem. Kind of like how I believe this whole modernisation of Mario did not start with Paper Mario Sticker Star, but rather New Super Mario Bros. 2, which I didn't play, and also Super Mario 3D Land, which I did play, and I just found it really bland even as a kid, and then I gave up playing it because I couldn't get enough golden coins to get past a certain point because I thought I'd spent too many and I would be able to get enough to actually pay for the thing. Let's get back to the Dog Island. Welcome to Zoomy Village. Please enjoy your stay. We're famous for our sniffing dojo. If you haven't seen it yet, why not give it a visit? It's almost as if it's right up there. But first, let's go shopping for a bit because I still want some new clothes, and I think this is the clothes shop. How do dogs play guitars? Yeah, but it is the clothes shop. They have a few new things here, like this drop tulip hat, which looks kind of ridiculous, but Marguerite's decorations, Apprentice hat. Also, why did Yilu say he was Road's assistant and then immediately tell us not long afterwards that he actually abandoned Road? It just, I get the characters can lie and stuff, but it just sounds a bit weird. Oh, I only just realised that the reason why all this stuff has drop in it is because it's short for raindrop. I thought it was just some fashion term I didn't understand. Duh. I like this checkered scarf. I really like tartan patterns, so I'm going to buy this. I also like that bell, but that would just kind of make me look like a cow. So I should get something to go with it, though, like these marguerites. No, they wouldn't really go, would they? Drop ribbon B. Right, why can't I just call them red and blue, or at least B and R? I don't get it. And so I'm no longer going to wear anything blue because I don't really like those hairpins and I can't really afford anything else that I do like. Like, I almost got some drop ribbons, but then I realised I wouldn't be able to afford two because they'd probably be a combination of both of them. So how do you think I look now? Anyway, next time on my extremely riveting Let's Play of the Dog Island, we will be visiting Master Road's Sniff Dojo to see what he can do for us. Until then, stay interesting!